your girl Steph Perez, and in today's video, I am so stinking excited. I'm going to share with you my content plan for creating 5 figures a month. Yes, I currently earn 5 figures a month every single month from completely free content. And I know that content creation and content distribution is a huge nemesis for people that are trying to make money online. For a lot of people, it's something very, very difficult to understand and to break through. And so while there are a lot of factors inside of our business, like choosing our niche and creating funnels and automated systems and email marketing, and I'm always so amazed how people think their digital products all by themselves or their stand stores all by themselves is enough to start making them money. The fact of the matter is content creation and distribution is literally the queen to all of this, and it's the glue that really binds all of these factors and these bits together. So in today's video, I'm going to break down my complete plan for how I've been able to leverage completely free content. We're talking about I don't run any kind of ads, and I use that free content to generate me 5 figures a month inside of my digital marketing business, selling digital products. So grab your notebook and grab your pen. You know the routine if you are returning, and if you're brand new here, grab your notebook and grab your pen, because I am entirely going to leave you better and break down the plan so that you can begin following it. Okay, I'm going to start off by giving you a big picture view of digital marketing so you understand the importance of content creation. So as I'm breaking down all of these points, like, you can begin to make sense of why they individually are so important. So digital marketing is nothing more than brands deciding to come online and leverage the digital space. So over here you have us as individual brands, individual people that want to sell something online to make us some money. And then you have the digital space, which are platforms like YouTube and Instagram and TikTok and Facebook and LinkedIn, right? And Google, right? Like everything that you can think about the internet, right? That's considered digital asset or digital real estate, all right? And then you have the billions of people that are out there on YouTube and on the social media platforms. What content does is it allows us as the individual brands to create content to connect with the billions of people that are out there on YouTube and on Instagram and on TikTok and on Facebook and all over the web. We don't create the content, all right? The people over here cannot know that we exist. They cannot know that we are a business. They cannot know that we have things to offer. They cannot buy from us. So in order for them to know that we are a thing, we've got to create the content, right, that's going to go out there and cast a net and connect us together. All right. And so as you're thinking of all of these points that I'm going to share with you today, I want you to just visualize again, you know, this diagram, this illustration, right, that I explained to you. You have us over here. You have the billions of people that are over here. And out of these billions and billions and billions of people, right, a percentage of them right now are your ideal buyers. They are people that want what you have to sell. They just don't know that you exist. And so the thing that's separating us two, right, from each other is all of this digital real estate. And the only thing that can connect us is content, right, that actually connects us together. Without content, we literally have no business. I don't care how amazing your digital product is. I don't care how amazing your funnel is. I don't care how beautiful your stand store is. I don't care how much time you spent on ChatGPT putting together this perfect guide. None of that matters if you don't have content, right, that's bringing those people to you. Everything I'm sharing with you today contributes to me earning 5 figures a month from free content, selling the things that I want to sell inside of my digital marketing business. So point number 1, you've got to make sure when you begin your content creation that it's designated for a very specific niche. If you want to go big and begin to reach volumes of people to grow your audience faster, right, you want to go broad. So the very, very first thing is you've got to know that with every piece of content that you create, it's being created for a very, very specific niche. So like in my example, I am in the make money online niche. And so with every piece of content that I create, I know that it's designed to speak to people that are looking for ways to make money online, to learn how to make money online, and they have a desire to make money online. I'm not going to all of a sudden start creating content around my family. I'm not going to all of a sudden start creating content around pets. I'm not going to all of a sudden start talking about my weight loss journey, right? Like my platform, which is YouTube, YouTube, I make sure that essentially my YouTube channel, right, it is for people that are interested in learning how to make money online. So it's so important that you know the designated niche, right, that you're creating your content for, and that you stay within that lane. I feel like this is so important to say at this point, as I know for a fact that there are so many people out there that truly believe they're multi-passionate. Oh my gosh, like aren't all of us multi-passionate? But when you're deciding to build a business, and again, like my title says, like you're focusing on $2,500 weeks, you're focusing on the bigger numbers, you can't be all over the place, right? You can't talk about anything and everything you want to talk about if you want to grow, right, a 5-figure-a-month business. You've got to decide to dial in, and you've got to make sure that, again, it's you're talking business. However you want to make money, right, you've got to talk around things that are supportive of what you actually want to sell. Step number 2, you're going to now tap into attraction marketing. So with the first step, we are establishing the niche, right? And that's very, very broad. The second thing you want to do is tap into attraction marketing by getting really, really clear on who you're talking to within that niche. So what happens is, as you begin to create your content, in my instance, right, I call in people that are interested in making money online. But then in my content, that's where I activate attraction marketing. And as people begin to consume my content, there are going to be some people that are not interested in what I have to say or in who I am as a person. But the power in attraction marketing is that there will be other people that will discover me who want to make money online and who also are very attracted to me and my style, and I become their cup of tea. This attraction marketing bit is really important because, believe it or not, this is where the sales process really begins. The sales process doesn't begin on your website or on your sales page. It begins when someone clicks on your piece of content and begins to consume what you've created, whether that's a video or whether that is like a posted piece of content. Believe it or not, right, the buying decision begins then. And so that power of attraction marketing is everything, because nowadays so many people are making buying decisions at the level of the content because they can tell immediately whether or not they like someone or whether or not they don't like someone, or whether or not they have found the person that they want to learn from or the person that they want to buy from. All right. And so when you put these two things together, right, you're casting a really, really wide or really big net. So think of it in the terms of fish. Right? You want to cast a really, really big net and you want to grab as many fish as possible, but then you essentially want to look in that net and then pick out the ones, right, the ones that you like if you were the one to choose. In business, it's the exact same thing. We don't want to cast out a really small net and try to be very selective at the content level, right? Because then we have a smaller pool of people in this instance, right, to connect with and to attract. Instead, we want to cast a really, really big net. We want to connect with a lot of people, and then we want to give them the freedom of saying, oh my gosh, like I have actually found my person, and the way that they do that, right, is actually within your content. And I know that there are so many ways that we can create content, and we'll talk more about this in this video. But this is why, like, the power of video content and content where people can really feel you and hear you and connect with you is so powerful, because if we know that people are making their buying decisions at the level of content, right, like why not take a path of least resistance, right, that allows us to connect with people faster, because believe it or not, it also speeds up the buying process inside of our business as well, allowing us to make money faster. And I know this from experience. Like, that's why I was so excited to share these things with you, because it's amazing to me, right? When I have people that are like, Steph, I just found you today, and like they're making a $500 decision to purchase my digital product, or they find me one day and then they binge a bunch of my content, right? But all along they already know they're going to buy from me. Like, I'm telling you, these things are gold. So don't dismiss them. You definitely want to make sure that you are taking the time to learn them and taking the time to implement them inside of your business. This is so much more powerful than just going out there and throwing like content crap against the wall, hoping that it sticks, or going out there and thinking that you're going to like vlog your way to success. There are so many people again, that claim to be multi-passionate, that are trying to vlog their way to success, right? And they're not having the success that they desire. They wonder why. You think about major brands like Louis Vuitton or Macy's, and I know you're like, well, they're in a different class than we are. Yes, they are, but they're still businesses, right? And so their content, their marketing, their promotion, it's all about what they want to sell. They're not talking about everything under the sun. If we treat our businesses the exact same way, we have to expect, right, a different kind of outcome. And when I switched my business up and I really began to dial into my niche, and I began to stay true to my niche, and I really began to dial into the people that I want to talk to within that niche, and I did everything and created everything in my business for that person, I am telling you, like, my business changed big time. Number 3, and this is kind of a tactical move, but in the content that we are creating, being that we're casting this really wide net at the niche level, we want to make sure that we're using very attractive titles, captions, hooks, thumbnails, and graphics. Like whatever's going to catch someone's attention before they begin consuming our content, we want to make sure that we're leveraging that part of the content creation and distribution phase. Because remember, use YouTube as an example, right? You're on this video consuming it for some reason. If you did not know me, right, it was probably my thumbnail and my title, right, that got your attention and made you want to click. All right, when you're on Instagram, right, it might be the hook, right, that's actually on a reel, or it might be the first words that you see on a carousel, right? It's whatever is gonna pop out and get someone's attention and like grab them. You wanna make sure that you are really leveraging that within your content. All right, this is another level where I see so many people get sloppy and they're not very mindful or thoughtful. All right, again, if we go back and we understand or we remember what it's like to be a consumer ourselves, we still consume content, right? Like I still consume YouTube videos. I still hop on Instagram, right? And watch some of my favorite creators, right? Like I'm all over the net like a lot of people. And believe it or not, we don't just arbitrarily click. We click on things that are getting our attention. So no matter what kind of content that you are creating, you've got to make sure that you're creating, right, like those initial bits to grab attention. So be very mindful about those things as well. If we're going to cast a net, so it's just like fishing, right? Depending upon what kind of fish you want to catch, you're going to use a certain kind of bait. The bait has to call the fish in, right? The bait has to smell a certain way for a certain kind of fish, right? Well, same thing with content online. All right. We've got to know, again, the people in the niche that we want to serve, what would they click on? What would stand out for them? What would be, appealing to them? What's attractive to them? What's going to get their attention? We're not creating, right, hooks and captions and thumbnails and graphics for us. We create it and then we're like, oh my gosh, with that person in mind, like, would they want to click on this? Right? That's how you want to think. Number 4, this is a really big money move right here. You want to make sure that with every bit of content that you create, that it begins to solve your person's problem, or it begins to appeal to their desires and what it is that they want. You want to make your content helpful and useful so that people actually walk away better and desire more of what you have to offer, right? You want your content to inspire them. You want your content to educate them. You want your content to provide insight into something. You essentially want people, as they consume your content, right, to be left better and to know that they're closer to their solution and or that they found the person that has the solution that can help them, right, with whatever they want help with. So like in my instance with making money online, with every piece of content that I create, I am thinking about my person that is either on the struggle bus or the person that is just getting started. And I create everything, the title, the thumbnail, the actual content, right, to actually be a solution. I want people to feel like I can walk away from this piece of content, right, and actually be able to do something with the content. Right? But I also leave people with a desire to want to level up. I leave people, right? And oftentimes that's why they buy from my content, right? With the desire to want to buy the solution that I have to offer. So again, you've got to understand that your content is not just to educate. It's never just for gee whiz. And it's never just to check off boxes. You always want to ask yourself, like when you're thinking about that ideal person in that niche, right? Is this content helpful to them? Is it useful to them? And is it nudging them closer to either learning about what I have to sell or desiring more of what I have to sell? So like in my instance on YouTube, and I'll talk about this in a later point, I leverage uploaded content like this. I leverage live streams, and I leverage my YouTube community, which is an area where you can do like social media posting. And so with everything that I do, I ask myself, if someone is discovering my content for the first time, like what is this going to help them do? And if someone is coming back to my channel, again, what is this going to help them do? And in some instances, right, like when I'm posting in my YouTube community, I'll leverage that content more for people, right, that maybe are already acquainted with who I am and what I have to offer. And I leverage kind of that space to be more of a gentle nudge, like go ahead and get started. Like it's time to buy, right? And so again, when you keep your ideal person in mind and you understand you're going to have people that are brand new to your content, and you're also going to have people that are returning, right? You've got to remember the frame of mind that they're in, what it is that they want, and then ask yourself, what is this piece of content designed to do for them? Your content has to work equally as hard for your business and your objective, right, as it's working to educate and inform and inspire the people that are consuming your content as well. Trust me, I was making a huge mistake in my YouTube community at one point where I was starting to post, like it's kind of like sometimes we just start throwing content crap against the wall because we have the space and we're not very intentional. Write that word down. It's so important when it comes to content creation, especially when you're talking about wanting those 5-figure months. And then I was like, Steph, that's great. You're posting these inspirational quotes, but how is that nudging someone closer to desiring what you have to sell? And I'm like, it's not. And that's when I entirely switched up my routine. And now I only post content, right? That again, it nudges them closer to wanting to get started. It inspires them. It sheds insights, right? It shares results. Like I know that I'm talking to the person that needs that nudge or needs to be educated, right? On what this is all about and what it can actually do for them. All right. So again, with point number 4, make sure that with every piece of content that you are creating, right, that you're helping them at some level be more educated, have more insight, be inspired. And you know in the back of your head that you're creating that also to nudge them closer to desiring what you have to sell. Why? Because that product that you're selling is going to help them get what it is that they want. Number 5 is another really big attraction marketing tip. And as you can gather, like all of these tips really have a lot to do with leveraging attraction marketing inside of your content, because it's these things that draw people closer to us and make them feel more confident and comfortable with buying from us. That's the purpose of content. So with number 5, it's remember to be relatable inside of your content. I want you to think like big sis or big sibling or tour guide, right? Someone that's helpful, not necessarily a guru or someone that's out of touch or someone that's up here and looking down low. Instead, you want people to feel comfortable and you want them to feel confident and you want them to feel like, wow, like we have a lot in common, or I totally can relate to them. You want people to want to listen to you, not have to listen to you. So by taking an approach of like just being very relatable, even in the make money online niche where you have, people like myself that are making really, really great money, I would never want someone to feel like I'm so out of touch or I'm not relatable or that I quote unquote forgot where I came from and that I can't help them. Instead, like we want to be inspired by people that are several steps ahead of us or that have achieved things that we haven't achieved, and yet we have that vibe, right, that they desire to help us. And I can honestly tell you that from the first moment I touched down on the internet, number 1, those were the people I was attracted to, and that's where I invested my time, my energy, and my money. And as I began to make headway and get results for myself, guess what? Those were the exact same things that people were saying about me, that they could tell that I really wanted to help. And even after all these years and doing, so well like I've done online, right? I never want to come from a place of, sitting up high and looking down low. I want to be relatable. And again, I believe that's why so many people do make the buying decision directly from my content, is because they sense, again, she is relatable. right? And so in your content, again, no need to put on an air, no need to try to be someone that you're not. And again, I say this because there are so many people that think they can't start creating content because they haven't achieved X, Y, Z, or because they don't look the part, or they just make up so many stories for why they can't just step out there and begin to help someone. If you want to help someone, help them. Right? You don't need to have any kind of prereqs to begin helping someone. There is no arrival. We are all a work in progress. But if we have that desire, like I do, to just constantly want to help people, and I understand that even though I have really big income goals, right, my income goals are only going to be supported and are only going to be a natural byproduct of helping a lot of people. I'm telling you, the more relatable you are in all of your content, the more people you'll help and the more money that you'll make. Number 6, this is something that so many people fail to do or don't know to do inside of their business. And it's the one thing that's cutting so many people off from making way more sales inside of their business when it comes to their content. And that's giving profitable call to actions in every piece of content. I am not one of those people that believe 80% value only and 20% sales. Again, like all major businesses, I believe there always needs to be a call to action where we are moving people along that are ready to make a buying decision. Please write this down. Sales and selling people your thing is the highest level or highest version of serving. You can't serve at a high level if you're not willing to sell the thing that's meant to get your person a transformation or a change. So yes, we do begin to help people at the level of our content, but that real transformation that they want, right, that comes from them buying the solution that you have to offer in that digital product or digital offer that you're selling. If we don't give people the opportunity to buy, then we really can't help them facilitate that transformation. So you want to make sure in every bit of content that you create that, again, you are being helpful, you are being useful, but at the end of it all, you want them to know that you in fact have something to sell and that this thing that you're selling is going to help them get the overall or the bigger change or the bigger solution or the bigger transformation. So like, test me on this. Feel free to watch more of my videos. Feel free to watch my live stream replays. Feel free to go over to my community and look at my posts. In every single thing, right, there is some form of call to action where people know where to go to get more information from me to learn more about how I can begin to help them with the digital product that I sell inside of my business. So people don't know that you have something to sell if you don't tell them you have something to sell. So always give a profitable call to action in every piece of content that you create. And I'm telling you, those bigger months that you desire, or if you're going from no sales to the desire to want to make sales, that is how you will start making more sales inside of your business and begin to hit those bigger financial numbers. Now, here's the thing, bonus time. So many people think free content stops at the level of the platform, but it does not. Really, we just began to start cooking at this level. With step number 7, right, you want to make sure that from every piece of content that you are building your own email list, or at least giving your business the opportunity to grow your email list. We do not want to get in the habit of sending people directly from our content over to a sales page, because you can't track how many people went over there, right, and did not buy. All that is significant is people that actually buy. But what about the volumes and volumes and volumes of people that go over there, right, but do not buy? You lose the opportunity to follow up with them. And so much of the sales that we make inside of our business are on the back end of the free content that we create on YouTube and Instagram and Facebook and, TikTok and all of these platforms. All right. So it's so important from every piece of content that you are building your email list. So like in my content, everything leads people to GoProWithSteph.com. So if they are interested in learning more about my digital product and the solution that it can offer them, right, they're going to put in their name and their email address first. And I'm so thankful that they do that. Why? Because there are some people that will opt in and decide to buy immediately, and that's fantastic. But there's a whole nother larger percentage of people that are going to opt in that simply are not ready to buy. So because they're now on my email list, that gives me an opportunity to leverage more free content in the way of emailing them. And guess what? I'm going to make more money. And I do make more money because of those emails that I'm able to send out on a very regular basis. When it comes to emails, number 8, you want to make sure that as you're building your email list from your free content, all right, you want to make sure that you have automated campaigns that are automatically set up so that every single time someone opts in, there is a series of emails that automatically go out to every single person. So on my email list right now, I think I have like 16 emails that automatically go out every single day. So that's 16 days of emails that every single person that opts in to learn more about my digital product, every single day for 16 days, they're going to get an email, right? Again, sharing more about this digital product, what it can do for them, how it can help them, all of those individual things. That's working for me without me ever having to do anything, right, for those first 16 days if I don't want to, all right? And so that's what you want to set up inside of your business. And guess what? That's free content. Those emails are free to set up. So yes, you might pay for your autoresponder or your marketing system. If you leverage the marketing system, right, that I use and that my customers use, you can actually get started with it for free. And inside of the digital product, the digital marketing course that I sell, we show you exactly not only how to get started with it, but we also help you step by step in setting up your email marketing campaigns, your funnels, your sales pages, everything that you need to help you begin making money. So you want to make sure that you have automated emails that are fired off, right, every single time someone opts in to learn more about your digital product or your digital offer. And again, all of these emails, yes, they are free to create. You create them once and they work for you over and over and over again. Number 9, we're still on email marketing now. So number 9, we also want to leverage newsletters or broadcasts. What this is when you log into your marketing system and you create emails like on the fly to send out to your list. So a part of my business, and I just want to make sure you understand this, everything I'm sharing with you here is exactly my content plan for my 5-figure months. There is nothing here that I don't do. This is not theory. This is not something I read. This is my content plan. These are the things that I do inside of my business. All right. So on top of those 16 emails that are automatically set up to fire off every single time someone opts in on a daily basis, guess what? I send more emails to my list, building know, like, and trust. So this is considered a conversion strategy. This is something that helps me and anyone that leverages it make more money inside of their business. Right? So that's great that we got people's attention from our YouTube content or from LinkedIn or from TikTok or from Instagram or from Facebook. And maybe a small percentage of those people do buy. When someone enters your email list, this is now another opportunity to build deeper know, like, and trust. All right. And to give them more opportunity, right, to buy and to choose you as their logical choice. So you want to make sure that you are leveraging emails. And I have to emphasize this because this is a part of like social media marketing and content marketing that so many people, right, leave out. I know this for a fact because so many of my own customers and those that I get to mentor, right, like they admit that they didn't realize like this was such an important part, right, of digital marketing and selling digital products. Right? So no, it's not just what we do on these platforms. It's what we do behind the scenes. That's why digital marketing, it is so vast, right? And that's why so many people are not making the money they desire and leaving so much money on the table is because they're not playing, right, at their full capacity. It's like they know some of the rules, but they don't know all of the rules. Baby, I am telling you, right? When you learn this, you realize that those of us that are doing very well online, we're playing chess, while other people out there are playing checkers. And I show up because I want to help more people get their share. But in order to get your share, you have to learn how to start playing chess online. And content marketing is such a big part, right, of how we're able to do this. And point number 10, this really is something so big inside of my business. Like I really believe like this is my superpower. And that is be prolific. Never stop creating. Never stop showing up. Never stop documenting your journey and sharing your journey in your content. Never stop researching, right? Constantly stay in the know of what's going on in your niche, right? And what the people in your niche want more of. Constantly stay up on how you can serve them better. All right, you've got to stay consistent. You've got to be persistent. If you want to be the logical choice for people that are discovering you got to decide to stay at the top of your game. All right, content creation and making money online is not something that we simply just do. Content creation and becoming a content creator so that we can sell our digital products and our digital offers is literally something that we become. So when you make up your mind that once we have our businesses set up and once we know what it is that we're selling and we've worked out like all of the initial like foundational stuff, that content creation is that thing that constantly drives our business forward. You want to do everything to stay top of mind. That's why we also want to make sure that we leverage multiple formats on the individual platforms that we choose. So that can be like on YouTube, we can upload content, we can go live, we can do YouTube shorts, we can do YouTube community posts. On Instagram, you can do reels, you can go live, you can post, you can do carousels, you can do stories, right? You get my point. On all of these platforms, there's multiple ways to create content. And the reason you want to use multiple formats is that every single time your people discover you and then come back to the platform will actually push more of your content in front of them. So if you're creating volumes of content, right, in multiple formats, then now multiple formats is what they get to consume. So believe it or not only do I make a lot of sales directly from my long form videos, I make a lot of sales from my live streams. And you would not believe this, but I also make significant amount of sales and I generate leads right from my YouTube community post as well. So depending upon what kind of time someone has when they are finding my content or my content is being pushed in front of them, right? Sometimes they've watched a bunch of my long form content and maybe it's a community post that really like strikes a nerve or really gets in their face. And maybe it's that day where they're like, I've seen enough, I've heard enough, I'm ready to get started. All right. So you being prolific, it protects your business and it helps you make more money because you just never know what that one piece of content is going to be, right? That's going to be that piece of content that drives someone to make a buying decision inside of your business. Again, y'all, this is what I do. This is my plan. All right. This is what has built me a 5-figure a month digital marketing business selling one simple digital product. Now, I do have several income streams inside of my business, but it all stems from creating content, right? Selling one main digital product and then opening up other income streams on the back end of that. These are all the things that I do, right? This is what it takes to be a highly paid digital marketer. This is what it takes, right, to have an online business that enables you to be job free or job optional and to be able to provide maybe the kind of lifestyle that you're desiring. What I'm going to do is drop my digital product, which is a digital marketing course that I highly recommend if you are newer to digital marketing, if you don't know how to make money online, if I shared all of this stuff and you still feel like a deer in the headlights, these are the things you've got to learn because these are the things that separate us that are making really great money from those that are either out there struggling or those that are out there wanting to start making money online, but we just don't know how to put all of this together. It is so important that you learn digital marketing, that you learn the business of online business, that you start to build a very, very strong foundation because this is bigger than just making money. This is setting us up for the long term. And the fact is, most people struggle or they never truly get out the gate because they refuse to learn these skills. You must decide to invest in bettering yourself. You must decide to invest in your next levels, right? If you want to go faster, certainly do not go alone. So when you decide to invest in this digital marketing course that I sell, not only are you going to get the education, the steps, and the instruction, but you're also going to get my mentorship, right? On the back end of all of that, you're also going to get a license to sell this course as your own if you don't have an initial digital product that you want to sell. So maybe you're just like me where you get started in this industry and you start to fall in love with the whole idea that everyone should be earning online. And the way that I made sure to do my part to help more people learn what it takes is I decided to not only learn and better my skills from this course, but I decided to turn right back around and sell this course as my own. So when you learn all that this course has to offer you, not only are you going to have everything that you need to become an awesome digital marketer and to start making money online, but you're also going to have a license to sell this phenomenal training program to other people, right? You never have to create it. We show you how to get it set up. And if you love my energy, you love my vibe, and you would love to learn more directly from me, guess what? I also mentor you every single week to help you on this journey. Feel free to watch the next video that pops up, right? Or I'll drop the link down below in the description where you can learn more about this digital marketing course and how it can help you start playing chess and not checkers. I would love to see you, right, as a top income earner online, but you got to develop these skills. I hope that you are entirely leaving better and that you understand the importance, right, that content creation plays when it comes to earning 5 figures a month inside of our online business. I'm telling you, this is not reserved for the gurus and the big guys. Average, everyday people just like you and I, right, that make this simple decision and shift in the way that we show up online, right, we are the ones making it happen. And I really, really hope that today's video inspires you to make it happen for yourself. Bye-bye.